In this tutorial, we are going to write an app that is going to display the product of inverses. The algorithm is as follows. We get the input from the user, we call it n. We are going to use an intermediate variable called product with the initial value of 1. Remember, when you are doing summation, the initial value is always 0, but for product is always 1. Then we go through a loop for the number of times equal to the input. And every time we are going through the loop, we are going to update product to be the previous product times 1 over index of the loop. And this continues until index is greater than n, the number that entered by user. And then at the end, we are going to display the product. So let's go ahead and start designing the app. Okay, I go to start new project, and I'm going to call it product of inverses. Now, as usual, the first thing we are going to do, we are going to change the title here. So we are going to change the title to product of inverses. Now, because we need our text box and label to be on the same line, we need a horizontal arrangement. We are going to set the width to fill the parent. Then we are going to drag and drop a label and also a text box. Now we change the text on the label to be N, or let's just leave it as N, and then the text box we'll rename it to N, and the hint we are going to change it to type a number. The next two things we need are a button and also a notifier. The button, the text, we're going to change it to find product of inverses. Product of the inverses. We are done with the design, so now we are going to go and write the code. Again, we need a variable called product. So we set the initial, first the name to product and the initial value to 1. Now we need a loop, which is going to start as soon as we click the button. So I need a button.click. Now, when the button one.click is started, the first thing I have to do is to set the product to be 1. Now we are going to go through our loop. We start from 1. We end at the value of the text box. Which is in the text portion of the text box. And every time we go through the loop, we want to set the value of product. So we set product is equal to, because now we have to, if you look at our algorithm, every time the product is equal to the previous product times 1 over index. So I have to have product times, so I need a product here, 1 over index. So I need another block, which is the division, and it's going to be 1 divided by index. But the index is this number. So I'm going to change this number to I, and then I'm going to bring it here. So product is equal to product times 1 over index I. When I'm done here, I'm going to use the notifier to display the result. So I need a text box, and also I need a join box. This, I'm going to use it for the title. So the title, again, I'm going to write product of inverses from 1 to space, and then the value of n is going to be the text box. So I'm going to put it here. Then I need the text for the button, which is going to be just OK. And the message is the value of the product. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to get a product, and I'm going to put it right here. That ends our design of the program. So let's go and look at the program in action. The product of inverses, and type a number and find product of inverses. Let's say I entered 1. The answer has to be 1. If I enter 2, then it has to be 1 times 1 over 2, which is going to be 1 over 2. It has to be 0.5. The answer is 0.5. What about if I enter 10? The answer is going to be 2.75557 times 10 exponent negative 7.